Hello YouTube. I hadn't really planned on doing a video on this little operation, but I just had to do a shout out on a new wrench that I started using today for the barrel assembly, barrel nut wrench. This thing is manufactured by a company called Reflex Incorporated, and it is just top of the line, excellent, best wrench I've ever used. This is just top-notch stuff. Heavy duty 3/8 inch steel, long grip on it, full coverage, which is important, and I'll show you why here in just a second. Normally I've been using wrenches of this style. This particular one's for AR-10s and LR308 rifles, the larger caliber guns, but same thing. It's most of the wrenches are a half crescent type or a half U type operation, and when you go to use these, it's not near as long. It generally requires the use of a torque wrench or a breaker bar to get any real grip on the wrench, to get enough or sufficient torque in there to actually get the barrel nut to seat properly. But this one here, this PRI, just top notch. I mean, it's got plenty enough handle on it. You can get plenty enough leverage on it. It is actually cut to where you can use a breaker bar or a torque wrench on it if you prefer. I found that it's not necessary. You can get more than sufficient torque out of the wrench alone. But most importantly, the one thing that I'm most impressed with, you'll see these through holes that are drilled through here. Now this is also a 5-prong wrench. Way better than the old style 3-prong plates. They would tend to slip off, and you'd have to use those again with a breaker bar or a torque wrench to get enough sufficient force. So when you install this wrench, one of the things that I was most impressed on in using this wrench is you have these through holes. This one's already done, so I'll try to get this. And what that allows you to do is, if I can find it, there we go, take an alignment gauge, and you can run that up into your hole, make sure everything's aligned, then put the wrench. You have 5 prongs on here that'll engage 5 notches, and you can go ahead and torque this thing right on into place and get your proper alignment with the wrench right in conjunction with the alignment gauge. So the alignment gauge isn't sitting off like it would be with a half wrench, where you go to pull something into place and the alignment gauge slips out or the wrench slips off, and then you tear up your barrel nut. This provides full coverage of the barrel nut, which means you're not going to bugger up your nut teeth on it, and it's extremely easy to get a proper alignment just using the wrench alone. No torque wrench, no breaker bar needed. So I highly recommend this wrench if you're going to do any barrel work on an AR-15 or an M16 or an AR-10, because they do make this wrench for the AR-10. I'm going to be buying one here very shortly. I highly recommend that you get this wrench. Thanks for watching.